Hey, welcome everyone. So I've had a couple of people reach out to me and ask if I would be willing to do just a tutorial on how I do the Buncee reveals that I do, and more than happy to do that. So that's what this is, and it's funny because it's really not that hard. And I think sometimes, it's like that. It's that pulling back the curtain that I think the Buncee reveal and the capabilities of Buncee makes this seem maybe much cooler than it actually is in the background. So, here's what I'm going to do. If I'm going to assume that you have some degree of Buncee familiarity, because this would be super long if not. I went ahead and I actually made one, and I'm going to go and I just used it as a copy, so that's another hint. If you're ever messing around with something and you have it the way you want it, but then you want to mess around with it, just create a copy of it. So I duplicated it. That way I can kind of pick apart certain aspects of this. So this is what... this is what the finished Buncee looks like. It's 18 slides, and I'll just kind of walk you through, like I said, my process. And actually, I start with what would be the equivalent here of slide 3. So I want to come up with, in this case, I wanted to do Venice, the Rialto Bridge. And I, being concerned about copyright laws, I either use a picture I've been to Venice before. I didn't like the picture here. So what I did, and I'm just going to actually show you, if I go here and I duplicate the page, and then I'm going to change this background. All I did is I went to the web on Buncee, and I just typed in Venice. And you'll notice this is Pixabay, so these are all going to be usable. I scrolled through, I found the image that I wanted, and I put that as my background. Okay? So that's the starting point that I am at. Okay, now I have these two slides that I always start with. And here I'm going to kind of veer off just for a second. Rather than create this every single time, I have copied it, and so I'm going to paste it in. And I believe Buncee uses the terms clip and stitch is what they use. So I'm going to just kind of go off for a second here and show you what I mean by this. So in order for me to get, if I go down here and I say a new slide, I do a plus, I have the choice of either a blank new page or this stitching, okay? And then the question becomes, well, how do I, if I go here and I'm like, okay, stitch, oh, here's all the things that I have clipped. So I'm going to show you how to do that very quickly. So I'm going to go to another Buncee that I have. So this is one that I did yesterday, and you'll notice here I have this pair of scissors, okay? And the reason I have those pair of scissors, that gives me as a viewer, so if I shared this with you, you would also have the ability of clipping this. I do that when I go to share, and I have this copyable toggle switch. If I turn that off, and then I close out, you'll notice that that is gone. I always like people to be able to copy things if they want to, so I do that. So then all that you do when you see this on either your Buncee or someone else's, if I clip this, if it's multiple pages, I can select all, or I can just say, I just want this page, and I want to clip one page. Okay, so now I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go to my new page that I have, and now I say I want to stitch, and now here's all of those things that I have clipped that I can now enter in. So long story short, what I do is I just pick these two and I create those pages, and then I put them in that order. So now I have my title slide, I have my get ready. Now, this one I put here just so you could see the backdrop. You obviously, if you're trying to guess where it's at, you don't want to start with the picture. So in this case, I'm going to lose this slide, or I'm going to delete this slide. So here's really what it looks like. But what I have done is behind that picture, I have just created, over here to the side, you'll see a series of shapes that cover up that picture. Okay? So when you go and add a shape, I will say squares are the easiest to work with. I've messed around with some others, and you can have fun with it, but you can choose any of those shapes. I can say I want to make a series of octagons, and then I would just add that shape and start going through that process of adding it. Now, the adding of the shape. So let's go here and let's actually let's get rid of these. And again, I'm just using a sample here because the key is, how do you decide where you are going to put the shapes? And in this case, I'm doing more of a geography type of thing, but let's say you were going to do from a painting. What I have to do is decide where I want these squares. And then I start thinking about, okay, what's the best way of unveiling this a little bit at a time? And so I really do start to think, okay, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to, I want to uncover like this part of the screen first. And then, like, I think these gondoliers and gondolas are going to reveal it too fast. So then you just really start to think about, what do you want to uncover, and in what order do you want to uncover that in? Okay, so that's kind of what I do then. And then I am actually going to go to the real version of this so that you can see. This is my readied version. I'm going to edit this, and you'll see now what I have is I've got the title, I've got this. I don't want this one, but I kept this here because, again, it's that idea of, what do I want to cover up first? So I'm going to get rid of this one again. And now here's my starting slide. I decided, you know what, I'm going to uncover this one first. And what I do, and this will make more sense at the end, okay? I have this slide in here once. I have this slide in here once. I have this slide in here once. Every other slide I have in twice. And it'll make sense in a little bit. Right now, let's just go through. So there's my slide 4. The next one I wanted to uncover is this one. And I won't go through each one of those, but on my slide 8, now there's my third one. Again, the idea is down on slide 12. Now I want to start bringing in the idea of, ooh, you see a little bit of the gondola. I wonder, I see this guy with the hat on, and so now I'm going to go to 14. Okay, now you start doing it. So that is really how I go about doing this. At the very end, what I've gotten in the habit of doing, and it's my geography background, I then say, hey, if you want to know where this is at, I put it in, and then I link. I just select this, and I use the link to actually put in the Google Maps location. So all I do is go to Google Maps, and if you've never done this before, I literally just typed in the Rialto Bridge in Venice. I get this, and literally I can, zoom in as much as I want, and then I just copy this and put this into the link. Okay? So now there's one other part to this, and that is the reason that I do these slides kind of 2 at a time. So if I preview this, and you are going to do this manually, it does seem, so like there's that, now you've got, here you click it again, And it is a little bit awkward because the fifth slide is the same, but I like the autoplay feature. And if I do the autoplay feature, so I'm going to go back here. If I go to autoplay and I do the timer, I think the perfect time is 4 seconds. And I do this. And now what happens is these slides here don't need to be on more than 4 seconds. But 4 seconds is too fast here. And so because you have to do the whole presentation at one time, that's why I double those slides up. So really a 4-second slide is seen for 8 seconds, and then this loops through. The other piece that I'll give you, if I go up here to share, and a lot of people I don't think realize this, if I go to code, so here's where I'm going to, if I just want to copy this, no autoplay or anything, I would just go here to copy and share this with you. If I go down to show options, I can now say autoplay, loop it, 4 seconds, large, and I copy this. And if I go up here and I paste this in, now what you're going to get is it will automatically, you'll notice the autoplay is starting. So it is an easy way to kind of force that autoplay option. So hopefully that helped. By all means, reach out to me if you have questions, and I would be interested in all the other ways that this can be used. I mean, I can see it being used, again, for paintings, for even text, for a poem, there's just, I think, so many uses for that reveal idea. So, again, hopefully this helps.